Welcome to Writer's Life. Pleasure to get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, where you get the truth about the writer's life. Why do we always start looking at the stuff on my desk when I'm doing these? I don't know. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button. Like you're hitting a heavy bag in my living room. Tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single exciting video. How exciting they are. Go to vinsandrew.com. I, the Judge, the new Steve Jobs PI novel, is officially out. And I didn't do select with this one. I'm experimenting a little bit. I'm going wide completely right off the bat. Right off the bat, taking the chance. See what happens. As you know, usually my method is, let me turn the chats, just in case Big Philly's out there or whoever. Or Uncle Harvey. As you know, my usual method is to go wide or go to select first for the first three months, get on the bestseller list, yada yada yada, and then go wide. But I thought this time I'm just gonna go wide and see what the fuck happens, right? You gotta experiment a little bit with this thing. Gotta experiment. This is my grandfather's old scope. I don't think it's a very good one. Oh, watch this. Like while I'm doing this, like my landlord's gonna come out and be like, "What are you doing? You're spying on the neighbors." Anyway, you don't want that. You don't want to get caught for doing something naughty like that. Now, do you? So, like the thumbnail is gonna say, making it in any business, any industry. What's it take? Actually had a cheat sheet here that I didn't write, but a guy named Pentoshi, who was a macro crypto analyst, put it together, and it just resonated with me. Again, you've heard me. My father used to say, I'm like a broken record. Because I am sometimes, but I knew I was never going to make it in the commercial construction business because I disliked it so much. In fact, I was with my mother today and we were discussing it a little bit. And when I got into the writing business, I knew I had a real good shot at, quote, making it there because I was so passionate about it. And when I first started, though, it was a question of, do I have the talent for it? Because you need talent. Luckily, that worked out. That's wood. I'm knocking. But you got to have the drive, the desire, the commitment, the ability to weather the storms, the ups and the turbulence, the ups and downs, all that stuff. The ex-wives or ex-husbands, in some of your cases, just the dreaded relationships in general. But anything that pulls you away from your focus and your goal. Naturally, if it's a child or something like that, you got, they need all your attention. So that's different. But so here's some ideas that Pentoshi says what he says to remember. I don't know if it's a he, because he or she is anonymous, about making it, that there's no real secret. And people who've made it, this is interesting because people who've made it aren't necessarily smarter than you or me, or not necessarily more talented. I kind of disagree with him there because, like I said, it does take talent. But he's right, though. Some people just can be a shitty writer or whatever, and they make it. This isn't like a perfect analogy, but like Charlie Watts, for instance, like the drummer for the Stones. Like I'm a drummer, and like Charlie, he could keep a decent beat, but I never considered him a very innovative drummer. Now I'm going to get all sorts of messages from people saying like Charlie fucking rocked, like whatever. No, he didn't. Ringo was much better drummer, much more innovative drummer. Even though a lot of people give him crap for not being one, I don't know why, but he's had a certain amount of talent. But like, if he hadn't joined the Stones, he would have had to do something else for a living. But but this Pantoshi guy's right though. Like other people who make it aren't necessarily more talented. It takes. I'm going to switch around some of it. He's got like three main points here. I'm going to switch them around a little bit in order of importance for me. You got to really be willing to work hard to hone your skills. You really do. You just have to constantly be working. Again, it's not work. To me, this is fun. But you have to, and again, I'm at the point where like I don't even know what's coming out. Like the muse goes in to me, and my fingers do this stuff, and boom. When my eyes get to the point where they're tired or whatever, I have to stop. So the harder you work, though, chances are the luckier you're going to be, right? That's like an old cliche, like if the harder I work, the luckier I am, right? So, and the luck, she's not always there. I mean, you'll go 2 or 3 years without striking anything of importance. And then suddenly, like, oh, boom, you have like a runaway bestseller. I've had a few of those. Boom, you win the Thriller Award, or boom, you win the Shamus Award, or boom, you're being awarded for selling 100,000 copies in a month of The Remains or The Innocent or whatever. I just had a really good run with the Shroud Key, a 10-year-old book. Go figure. But it's constantly, it takes work, and of course, there's luck involved. You have to be, again, there's luck involved and there's luck involved. But there's two types of luck. The luck that comes about from hard work, and then there's the luck about just being in the right place at the right time. And that just means never giving up, because those who quit and give up, they're never going to be in the right place at the right time because they quit. They're done. They're off doing something else. Maybe they're accountants. I don't know. Or they're, and usually what happens is, like say you quit when you're like 52 or 3 or 4. You generally speaking, if you can't be a teacher or anything like that, you'll go out and get your real estate license. I know like a dozen real estate agents in this community because I couldn't do anything else. Like, oh, I get my real estate license and try to sell somebody a house now and then, or commercial real estate or something like that. Not that I'm knocking it. You got to do whatever you got to do to make a buck. But that's usually what happens. If you have no idea or you have no opportunity to be anything else, get your real estate license. So it's those three things. But the main one is putting in the word count, working hard, being dedicated, and then the luck will come. The sales will come. The money will come. All that stuff. Is this striking a nerve with you? Because I've just seen a blank face. I'm just kidding. I can't see you guys. You can see me, but I can't see you. All right, that's all I got. Kind of a Monday lecture. What do we got this week? I do not think we have any guests lined up this week because I'm going to try to get out skiing at least one day. I promised a friend I would go tomorrow. It's looking more and more like that might not happen. I don't know. If not, the latest I'll go on Wednesday. I'm just going for 3 hours in the morning. Because I got so much on my plate. Good stuff on my plate, though. Good stuff. And that's it. Uh-oh. Somebody's chiming in. Let's see who. William Whiteside. Been a while since I've heard from you, brother. We have an ultra running mantra: relentless forward progress. Right on. I love that. I love that because you can't go backwards. You just can't. You know, it's funny because I was just talking about skiing, William, and one of the reasons I went back to it after like a 15-year hiatus or something. I don't know. I mean, the physical part of it, the actual skiing part, came right back to me. No problem. Like riding a bike. But in a way, I wanted like to get to the recapture those old feelings that I used to have when I skied as a kid, just freedom and all that stuff, and the youth. And I realized I was like, I'm never gonna get that back. I'm at a different stage of life, or whatever. It's still fun and it's still freeing and it's youthful, but you got to move forward. You can't go back. You can't go back. I learned that with my last relationship. Well, not my last one, but the one before that. I went back to an actual ex-wife and thinking, and she probably will attest to this. Thinking we could make it work again. You can't. Once there's a saying in Italy. I don't know how they say it actually, but or how they put it, but once a toy is broken, it's something like that. Once a toy is broken, you got to discard it. There's no repairing it. So you got like William Whitehead says, you got to be relentless. You got to move forward. You got to progress. All right, I think you ended this for me perfectly, William. Thank you for that. All right, you guys, I will talk to you if not tomorrow, then Wednesday. And ciao, ciao.